Well, that was a little bit of a less expected intro than that. Welcome to the first race of the Formula Waga 2018 Championship, live from Australia and live here on YouTube. So there's still more people to come in. We're still in the middle of practice at the moment, and let's just hope that everything goes smoothly than what it was in the test earlier in the first. Well, let's just say the first few months of 2018. But nevertheless, we are here. We are ready to get this on the road. My name is Squire. I'll be taking you through the everything that's happening here today. And alongside me in the booth is none other than Mr. Jeffrey Backer. Hello, Jeffrey. Yeah, so he was just sorting some things out in terms of his PC. It's been a little bit. How would you describe it? Yeah. Well, it's better than mine. I'll say that now. Shout outs to Mr. Kian White, who you can see right now. Elise can't be with us here today. This is gonna be awkward. It's the same like this in the pre-season testing. I don't know how to describe Elise. Can't be with us. A little bit of personal commitments as Kim White goes off into the wall. Yeah. So we got a pretty good turnout so far. 23 drivers, unless I'm very much mistaken, Jeffrey. 25, and this includes debuts of the American racing. I believe, who else have we got in here? We got the TVRTs, of course. We've got Force Racing, of course. Changed their skin to much controversy. No, it's not Force Racing that's changed their skin. It's the controversy of the other team, Kingfisher, who was going for like a Force India type livery, wouldn't they? And then they just basically like copied the same colours of Force Racing, albeit different style. So everyone is a little bit miffed off about that. Many people have changed their liveries through here, and also it's the debut of the NRWO. Sid Kumar is the only representative right here today. Unfortunately, Mr. Alfie Lawrence can't turn up here today. So we're just hoping to see what happens. Then we've got a few new drivers on the grid as well. We've seen Arian Guzlo in the pre-season test, haven't we? Arian Guzlo, we've seen Guzlo. Yeah.
No, we didn't, because he's Kingfisher and Kingfisher hasn't driven yet, as far as I know.
Liam Kingsley, who's I think has driven for Kingfisher back at Silverstone, had a good turnout there. So it's basically Guzzo who's making his debut. Team Reality Checked, of course, making their proper debut as well as some of the skins here as well. Of course, everyone is getting ready for qualifying. Everyone just stacking up at the front of the pack. And shout out to Mr. Kian White, who doesn't really know that I can't control my FPS. I'm sorry I had to shout out like that, but yeah, that's what happens. Anyway, we're going to qualifying now. 15 minutes for the first qualifying session, and we're going to see what happens here. Everyone must qualify within 105% of the pole position time. Anyone who can't do that cannot qualify. So it's 4.5 seconds, isn't it, Jeffrey?
Calculator ready to map it out really quickly, but seeing practice times, I think everyone should be fine.
Yeah, everyone should be fine. George Day, of course, having a little bit of mucking about with one of the drillers right there, who of course started their season with Ruben van Hudding, who I called in the test Ruben van Huddingberg, and the other drillers driver, who, if I could recall, Jan Woznica, who was, I think he was a little bit I think both drillers just didn't really perform to that standard in a pre-season test, but they're hoping to get it right this time.
Yeah, they kind of need to improve the form because drillers in the pre-season test has been synonymous with one thing only, and that's being in the wall, or being the wrong side, or locking the wrong side.
Yeah, so let's hope everything that goes to plan this time. So everyone's starting their laps now, and what we do know is that the Vulcans in the pre-season test were extremely, and I mean extremely strong, with Philip Kraus taking the majority of the victories. Can the same apply in the actual season? We don't know yet.
I don't think it's unlikely.
But it is likely though. It is likely. So anyway, moving on. Who else is starting their laps at the moment? We've got Robert That's the prediction for today. So let's have a look at the other drivers. Robert Dukic. Oh dear! Someone's rear wing just went off in front of our cameras. We didn't exactly see who it was, but yeah, we didn't actually see who it was because we didn't see any wings falling off the actual car. We just saw it just falling off out of the track. I don't know what happened there. Anyway, Robert Dukic for American Racing, replacing Marcos Albers, who was going to be the teammate to Marcos Jimenez for the Spanish outfits, but just disappeared before the season even started. Before the last pre-season test at Silverstone. So Robert Dukic is taking his seat, only 600ths off in the second sector, so that's all right time for him. The top five have already just done their laps at the moment. Jan Woznica for Drillers, Max Shepard for Vulcan, Liam Kingsley for, I believe, is Kingfisher, Rasmus Augustsson for VRT, Marcus Vincent, who is driving for, I believe, is Iris, Guzzo for... Oh, Robert Dukic is in second place. That is a huge turnout for the books. The Drillers Academy driver George Roach is in 9th, Debbie Bird in 8th, and Guzzo in 7th. Elsewhere, let's have a look at what's happening elsewhere. Lawrence Doherty still needs to do a time, so is Kim White, Sergio Quattrocchi, Ruben Van Hudding, Brad Westgarth, Massimiliano Riboli, Philip Kraus, George Day, Jacob Reed, Jake Smith, Maxo Crosset, Richard Taylor, Sid Kumar, Richard C, Matthew Clip. Those are the ones who would still need to do their time. Blue flag somewhere, we don't know where, but still, we're only just over 10 minutes to go until the session comes to an end, and the top 10 go through to the second session, correct me if I'm wrong. Yeah, so the top 10 go into the next session, and of course, and for the first, and also, just to let you guys know, later this week will be the highlights of the Australian Grand Prix. Both will be on both the Waga YouTube channel first off, and then it will be on Avid Sports channel later on that day. We're sorry for a little bit of a stop up, but so it appears that we've got Amir Hamoud just coming in as well for IDOS Motorsports. Sid Kumar, of course, making his return to WRL after a year out, a year-long sabbatical, driving for the new NRWO, the New Racing World Order, and it had a different livery towards for the majority of the pre-season test, but after things happened, as Kumar just goes off, careful there, Sid, careful, watchful eyes over you. You know what I'm saying? Had a different livery, of course. Had a white nose instead of, well, as you can see right now. Stop spinning and get back on the track, Sid, please. Please. Or not. Or don't. Anyway, moving on. Richard Taylor goes off. Cruise Racing, of course, needs to do duties this time round. George Day for Reality Checks, who have really been graphically involved with the Portuguese owner and driver Richard C. Really trying to display his artwork on form, which he has done to perfection, I must say. Really has done to perfection as much as he can. George Day really trying to do as well as he can. So the top 4 at the moment, just 8 minutes ago, Jan Wasuka, Max Shepard, Robert Dukic and Lawrence Doherty, as we saw one of the forced cars. Sorry? Yeah, I know Lawrence Doherty, yes. I was just trying to find out who crashed out just a few corners down. One of the forced cars, we can't see who it was because we can't use replays. Oh, nearly contact there between George Day and I believe it was one of the ISR cars. Who was it? It was Toby Byrne. Yes, thank you very much, Jeff. So yeah, Toby Byrne nearly had a close call with that. The VD Sport cars are both Jake Smith and of course Lawrence Doherty needs to improve, especially Jake Smith entirely because well, he's and I'm sorry to say this to you, Jake, but he's been pretty much a mobile chicane for the majority of the pre-season test. Let's just hope it improves a little bit, and yeah, just keep it going. Right, 7 minutes to go, and there's still plenty of time, at least. Yeah, and that's going to cause absolute mayhem, to say the very least. So everyone should... So looking at the charts, it's only 25 people on the grid at this moment in time. And yeah, we should be very good to do this. So the only team who drives around in the time at the moment is Ruben Van Hudding, Brad Westgarth, Jacob Reed, Sid Kumar, Richard C, and Amir Hamoud. Or he could be waiting for a very clear track so he can actually have a clear run. But yeah, you're pretty much, maybe you're right. He might just have to wait until the back of the grid. Yeah. So he wouldn't be. So he would try to be as last as possible in the first corner mayhem, which does happen very often. Which does happen sometimes here in Australia. So you never know what's going to happen here. Sid Kumar on his lap. Let's go on board with him. The Bahraini veteran just going past the second sector, and well, what was his time for the second sector? He's not done well, isn't he? But he'll never judge. Oh, a little bit of slide through the last corner. Let's see what Sid Kumar does. No, it's 22nd place. Dear. Yeah, so he has really got a problem here at this moment in time. And I don't know if they'll make a little bit of an exception based on practice times. I don't know if it's not going to be as such at the moment in time. Oh, Richard Taylor always had a trouble there. Oh, dear. Talk between Richard Taylor and I believe one of the Kingfishers. Who is it? Goslow and Taylor. Oh dear. Goslow, what is he doing? A little bit of carnage, and it's not helping everyone who's doing their times at this moment in time. It's just not going well. We've got yellow flags now in the second sector. Everyone's crashing out. Is not going to help the time at all. Not going to help it one single solitary bit. Kieran White, of course, the closest man to the pole time, as is Max Shepherd and Philip Kraus. Shepherd and Kraus only 5 thousandths of a second between them. 5 thousandths of a second. That's a pretty close shave between the two Vulcans. 3 minutes to go. Green flag is still out now, so it's pretty much we're in the last chance saloon part of qualifying for those who are below the top 10 and for those who need to make it within 105% of their pole time. Well, the Vulcan's stopping in the middle of the track. I'm not going to try and find out who it was. Kumar just going across the line now. He's starting another lap. Now let's go on board with him. Yep, he's in the last chance saloon, so you might as well just go for that last lap. If he screws up now, he'll screw up for good. He should have put a time now while he should have. But then again, he wanted some drama, he'll get drama. Meanwhile, still on board with Sid Kumar. He's only 4 tenths faster than his personal best. Only 6 tenths slower than the pole position time. You could make it. And a little bit of a freeze there. What is going on? Have we got another person coming in, or has one just gone out? I don't know. We haven't really checked. And yeah, we lost one. And no, dear! Oh, God. Well, that is not good at all. And as a result of that, Kumar is out of qualifying and will not make the grid. So much for being a boss of a new team. Story of the NRW boss's life. So, looks like Amir Hamid will, of course, be the last man on the grid who is able to qualify, or won't he? And he's out. Oh, God. And Jacob Reed won't be qualifying for the grid at all. He is out. So, 3 seconds, 2, 1, and that is the end of the qualifying session. Let's just try and find out who will make it at least into the top 10. Liam Kingsley, of course, in a little bit of a danger zone. He might lose a chance to be in the top 10. Who is behind him? The closest ones at least. Michael Vincent, he's staying in the pits. Brad Westgarth, he has a chance. Ribley has a chance. Goslow has a chance. And even Day has a chance. Augustin, Roach. No, Roach is not in. Smith is not in. Chris is not in. But let's have a look at Brad Westgarth. And Goslow is not going to make it. But Brad Westgarth, he's still there. Can he still get forward? He's now in the last corner. Westy going through the second corner. He's going for the last corner now. Brad Westgarth. Can he make it to the top 10? No, he doesn't. Ripley just improves on his time, but it's not enough. And Day, no, just 13th. So Kingsley is safe. The top 10. So so top 10 is Wassaka, Shepherd, Doherty, White, Kraus, Van Den Hudding, Dukic, Clip, Quattrocchi, and Kingsley. Those who are eliminated are Ripley, Vincent, Westgarth, Guzlo, Day, Augustson, Roach, Smith, Crusard, Byrne, and that's me. And that's me frozen. That's me frozen. So we'll have to just wait for the next session to come on alive in a few minutes. So let's just have a look. Look who was out. We don't know who is going to be in. We'll have to find out after. We'll have to find out who will join them after we find out who will be in the top 10 as everyone goes out. 8 minutes, remember, this session. And it's a historic occasion for one man in particular, Robert Dukic, for American Racing. The 2 Vulcans are in it. The 2 Drillers are in it. One of the VRT is in it. And yeah, let's just... And Quattrocchi's going out. Was Quattrocchi in the top 10? I think so. Alright, so... And out goes, of course... Right. We just confirmed that Jake Smith said that 105% of the pole time is 23.3 seconds. So we can confirm that Sid Kuba is officially out. Everyone is doing their pole times now. Jake Smith has just said that as this is the highest RR, I am happy to accept practice times, and well, we'll have to decide who is going to actually race. Doherty and Shepherd are 2 men in pole positions, and we can confirm that Sid. Oh wait a minute. Actually, wait a minute. Yes, Sid does make it. Sid is racing on the grid. Richard is requested to be put him in the commentary booth. Well, we'll give us a few minutes and then we'll just try and figure it out. Because right now we're a little bit busy with things happening at the moment on track. So Doherty, of course, is the pole man. Shepherd in second. Wozniacki in third. White fourth. Dukic fifth. Ruben van Hudding in sixth. Matthew Clip seventh. Liam Kingsley in eighth. Quattrocchi in ninth. And the only man who hasn't done a time at the moment is Philip Kraus. Yes, 4 minutes remaining, by the way. So, Philip Kraus could make it, or it could be Wozniacki once again, just try and sneak up from behind. We're just going to keep an eye on Wozniacki. Let's have a look at Dukic going across the line now. He's doing a legendary time here. He's gone fifth. He's doing extremely well for the Spanish outfit.
Her team, exactly what I was thinking.
Yeah. Actually, we just been told by Jake Smith just now that we actually had no game sound, and as a result, the game sound that I needed to turn on in the broadcast booth turns out to be the very sounds that your voice was coming from, Jeffrey. So I do apologise. I do apologise. Oh God, what have I done? Anyway, ladies and gentlemen, Jeffrey Backer.
Can people hear me now?
They should do now. They should do now.
Man, there must have been a whole lot of silence, more than you would expect to hear.
Yeah. Oh, goodness gracious me. So, Lawrence Socrates in first, Shepherd in second, Kraus in third, Wozniacki fourth, White fifth, Dukic sixth, Kingsley seventh, Clip in eighth, Ruben van Hudding in ninth, and Quattrocchi is in 10th. Remember, look out for Wozniacki. He is very sneaky, just going up into pole position when he least expects it.
Speaking of him, he's going on a really fast lap. He was going green. He's going purple, actually.
Here he comes. Jan Wozniacki. Can he get pole? Yes, he does. Only by 600ths of a second.
Can Philip take it back?
Wait a minute. Here comes Philip. Yes, he does. What a cliffhanger. What a nail biter.
Currently on the lap it's only Ruben van Hudding. Quattrocchi actually also. I'm not sure what his space is. A good one. Not a good lap either.
But look at the top four. Only a 10th separates the top four, with Wozniacki being the closest by 100th of a second. The closest.
And Ruben jumps to 5th.
Ruben van Hudding is in 5th position, only by a couple of hundredths ahead of Keane White. Dukic is only just about 100th behind him. Where is he at the moment? He's just going through the first sector now, and he's not going to improve on that. Only a minute to go left.
Still hopping, guys.
And we got Jake Smith in the commentary box. Sorry, Jake, was it?
Yeah, it's me.
Right. So what's going on?
What's going on?
Yeah.
Just thought I'd come and give some insight.
All right. So Jake Smith, of course, in the commentary booth with us. Richard C, of course, wants to go in the commentary booth. Give us a few minutes, and you could be in the race by race time. It could be in the commentary booth by race time. So anyway, 20 minutes to go. 20 minutes to go. 20 seconds to go. 20 seconds to go. Kraus still on pole. Wozniacki in second.
Max on a fast one.
Max on a fast.
Done a 26.8 in the first sector. That's a 10th faster than everyone else.
Okay, 3, 2, 1. Qualifying is over, but the qualifying laps is not still. We're still waiting for the likes of Max Shepard to continue his
Well,
lap.
first to finish was supposed to be Matthew Clip, but he spun on the second to last corner, so we're going to skip him, go right to the next person, which is Max Shepard.
Max Shepard in 4th place. He can improve right here, right now. Going for the last few corners. Max Shepard, can he improve? He's going for the last corner. Here comes Max Shepard. He doesn't make it.
No.
He doesn't make it.
That must be sector 2.
Must be.
No, almost exact.
And Lawrence Doherty has spun out. So
Kingsley improved
he was
his
up.
time, but not his position.
and Wozaka is actually slowing down. He's not going to do his time.
There's your grid then.
Well, Jukic is still on a fast lap. He was on a PB pace.
Wait a minute, Dukic, can he do it? My answer is no. He's actually improved. He's actually improved. My God! 5th position. 4 tenths faster, only 2 tenths slower than the pole time. What an incredible development from the American driver.
And now we have our grid.
We now have our grid after what has to be the most tense qualifying session I've ever seen. So Klaus,
that was a close one.
So Klaus is the pole man. Wozaka in 2nd, only by 1/100th of a second. Doherty, Shepard, Dukic, and Kingsley round out the top 6, with the top 10 be rounded out by Van Den Hudding, White, Clip, and Quattarocci. My goodness, that. Oh, yeah, my goodness, that was a brilliant qualifying session. So we only about a few. We're just now going to warm up, 15 minutes warm up. So we're going to take a little break. Before we go, who do you think is going to win the Australian Grand Prix, gentlemen?
Any of the top 4. Philip and Mac, obviously, we know they are incredibly quick. The thing with the Vulcans is going to be, do they tangle with each other? Because we've seen in the test races, it's happened.
Yeah,
in the real races, it happened like before in Hungary.
Oh, Hungary, Silverstone, Austria. It's like the Mercedes, to be honest.
yeah,
They are so close and they are so aggressive with each other.
yeah. And anything can happen between those two. So Jeffrey, what do you think? Your thoughts?
But don't count Lorenz out.
Oh no, don't.
His race pace has always been his strong point, and it's going to be down to, are there any incidents? Does he get tangled up in anything? Anything could happen.
Yeah. And Jeffrey?
I'm gonna mostly follow his what Jacob said. What Jake said. My apologies. It's any of the top 4 that can win it, but I'm going to play a wild card in Kian White.
Alright.
That's an interesting one, because I think if Kian gets into P1, he can stay there. But it's how he. It comes down to how he is with track position. That's going to be so important in this race, in a circuit that's so tricky to overtake around, and a car that produces so much dirty air. That's going to be key. So the strategy is going to be huge.
So it could be anything to play for here in Australia. Can the Vulcans continue their streak? Can the Drillers just be able to mix it up in there? There's lots of time.
Can the Drillers finish is the better question in my opinion, but if they can mix it up, is also nice.
And will the NRWO do well with Tsutsukuba, the only representative? We'll find out in the Australian Grand Prix, and it's live next. Okay, everyone, welcome back to the Australian Grand Prix. We're ready for the race with myself on Squire, Jeffrey Backer, and just joining us at the booth is the team boss of Team Reality Checks, the Portuguese legend. That is Richard C. Hello, Richard.
Hello. Good night, everyone. Good evening. It's already dark around here, but not in Melbourne. So.
Yeah, it's dark in here, but not in Melbourne. It's bright as the sky. 29 laps, and who will win it all? So out of the 25 that was already here today, we have now got who have we got on the grid? How many have we got? We should have
23.
22. No, yeah, you're right. 23 drivers on the grid out of a possible 25 from the 28 that was registered for the season. So Richard C, you have the honours. Please take us through the grid.
Okay. So I go through everyone in the grid, right?
Yeah.
So in pole position, we have Philip Cause in the Vulcan Racing. What a lap he made in the last second with just 19 milliseconds, was it? Second place, Jan Woznicka. Third place, Mark Shepard. Fourth, Robert Jukic. Fifth place, Liam Kingsley. You can correct me if I don't do the names correctly.
Yeah, you got it right. You got it right.
Ruben van den Heugen. No, I got that absolutely wrong. Ruben van den Heugen. Seventh, Stian White. Eighth, Matthew Clip. Ninth, Sergio Quattrocchi. 10th, Massimiliano Rivoli. 11th, Michael Vincent. 12th, Brad Westcott. That was wrong, was it? 13, Arjan Guzlo. 14, Team Reality Check driver George Day. 15, Rasmus Augustsson from VRT Racing. 16 is the Formula Waga test driver George Roach. 17, Jake Smith, the leader and owner of Vitesse Sport and the league itself. 18th is Maxime Cousset. 19th is Toby Byrne from IFR. 12th, Richard Taylor from Cruise Racing. 21st is Amr Hamoud from Eidos Motorsport. Starting last is Sid Kumar, last from the timed laps. And 23rd, last place without a time lap in qualifying, but is racing with his practice time, is Jacob Reed.
Thank you very much, Richard. So everyone is lining up onto the grid, and I just have to say, are you actually George Clooney, the Portuguese George Clooney?
I am not. Well, you can consider I am the Portuguese George Clooney.
Because every time you say words like Ribley or Vincent, it's just with such flow. It's unreal. It's so unreal. So
man. So thank you. I've been invited to be an actor, but I chose not to.
Yeah, fair enough. Anyway, everyone just line up onto the grid. Staggered formation as ever. Everyone goes on the grid, then the 5 red lights will come on, and when they go out, it is go. Everyone just going to join everyone onto the grid. Kumar and Reed the last 2 people on the grid, and we're ready for. Actually, and there's action here in Melbourne, and we also got a driving penalty for George Day. Bad news there for Richard C. But looking at the front, let's have, and that's Woznicka already into the lead. Let's have a look for the first lap chaos. Not much chaos happening there. Let's have a look then down into the second lap, the second corner chaos.
And what a start from Liam Kingsley.
Liam Kingsley doing
brilliant. It's up to second already. What a massive start.
Liam Kingsley doing absolutely well so far. The two, oh dear, at the back. You may just see it there. Quattrocchi really mecking about there. And Jake Smith just muscling about with one of the VRTs, which I believe is Rasmus Augustsson. And,
yes, indeed.
Yes, indeed. So, everyone trying to keep it as safe.
Oh no! Massive! There's the ISR car from Toby Byrne spinning around.
Oh god.
Kingsley going very, very wide in the exit of that corner. I don't know which one it is.
It's Richard Taylor.
Richard Taylor for Cruise Racing. Not a good debut, well, proper racing debut for him, as everyone just going through to complete the first lap of the new season for the Australian Grand Prix. So here is the order. Jan Wozniacki is the race pace. Then Kingsley, Kraus, Shepherd, Dukic, White, Ruben van Hedding, Clip, Vincent, and Westgarth.
And Arjen Guslo as well had a problem there in that chicane, but is back in 25th.
Jacob Prix already up to 14th place. What a massive opening lap.
Ooh.
Jake Smith is in the pits.
And George Roach in trouble with one of the ISR cars just defending his position for 18th there.
That's Jake Smith in the Vitesse.
And already 2 people in the pits, so Quattrocchi and Jake Smith already in. So the race order already been altered at the moment.
And we have a little train forming behind Max Shepard, which is with Jukic, White, and Van den Hunning all behind him. And Van Hunning with a lock, but not a move. He backs out.
Oh, and that was a little bit of a mess about there for Dukic for the Iberican Racing, the Spanish outfits. Nearly spun off a little bit there, but he's kept his cool there. And Richard C, good news for you. George Day is in the top 10.
Still has that penalty though, so.
Yeah, must not forget about that. Is it a drive-through or?
Yeah, it's a drive-through. I think it's gonna be for false start.
Yeah, for the false start.
Oh no, there's a massive pileup.
Oh God, where?
Last corner.
Brett Westgard, he's spun. He's out.
Westgarth is out. Oh dear me. But
look at Jacob Reed from last place 23rd to 11th.
Meanwhile, Day has just taken his penalty. He has taken his penalty. He's just right through the pit lane now. He's now down into 18th position in terms of the NRWO. Sid Kumar is now up into 14th. Brilliant start so far for the tourney. Back at the front. And
there's a massive battle with Philip Coulson and Liam Kingsley.
Yeah, Liam Kingsley trying to defend second place as much as he can. Remember, he was nearly in the exact same position as he was in Silverstone, but you remember he rolled over after Woodcote. He must attempt not to make that happen again. Oh, goodness gracious me. He's trying to keep it on as much as he can. But Kraus really putting the pressure on him. The American really trying to put the pressure on Kingsley. Going down the straight now. And Van den Hunning has got the fastest lap of the race.
And this is going to be causing a massive train behind the Kingsley for Vulcan Racing not being able to go around and dominate this race. So this is going good. Either from VRT and for drillers.
And remember, both the Vulcans are both the Mercedes. They can crack at any time, whether there's been Kraus or Shepard at the moment in time. And Shepard trying to actually find a way past Kraus. He's actually holding him up rather than Kingsley trying to hold everyone up. And as a result, Wozniacki is actually pulling away. He's pulling away.
And already a lamp shine white.
And out goes White. Yep, thank you very much, Richard. And Kieran White makes a complete tomfoolery of himself. Oh, goodness gracious me. And Jake Smith, well done. Got the fastest lap of the race. Oh, it's been taken away by Sergio Quattrocchi.
I think it's his personal best lap, but not fastest lap of the race yet, because that's still a 1:21.1 by Jan Wozniacki.
Yeah, but yeah. Oh, no, fair enough. So only 4 laps in, which is starting lap 5 now. Oh dear!
Causes in.
Richard Taylor actually could give the advantage to Kingsley, who could go back on the inside. Oh no, they collided! They collide!
That was really not very good. Oh no, and what a massive, terrible entry to the track from Kingsley.
And Kieran White has suffered. He's lost his nose. Got your nose, out he goes. And so Kumar, of course, is his personal fastest lap. So the order really has changed again Richard Taylor spins off again. So the top 3 at the moment is Jan Wozniacki, Max Shepard, and Robert Dukic.
What a debut! What a debut!
He is. He is really doing well for American. What if he would surprise me more if he would win this race? Right now, it's looking a little bit out of the question, but don't rule him out just yet.
It might happen if Jan Wozniacki cracks under pressure.
But right now, Jan Wozniacki not really having that much under pressure at the moment. Max Shepard certainly is. He nearly lost it at the last corner there. Meanwhile, the rest of the top 10 is Ruben van Hudding, Liam Kingsley, Matthew Shepard, Matthew Vincent, is it? I'm just Matt Vincent. I don't know. Philip Kraus, who's just passed Vincent just now, Augusten and Ribbley.
And Jacob Reed retired from the race.
And Dukic was actually just a little bit spun off, nearly lost a little bit of time there. So pressure off Shepard for the moment in time is now evenly. No, I should say evenly spread between the top 3. As Kian White congratulates Kingsley, and he's actually saying he's actually let's just say berating Kingsley at the moment, learn how to drive. Kian has been absolutely ruthless to everyone today, and not everyone should really approve it. He's like, you're a second slower and you're holding up everyone and are fighting for your position, I believe. Is it for your position? No, for your life.
And Jan goes into the pit lane. We have Wozniacki in the pit lane.
And Shepard, of course, will take the pace hitter. And Dukic is now in second.
Pay attention to the battle going on with Clip and Cos. Cos back into race contention.
And also, Wozniacki is going to have a little bit of battle between Kumar, who has not even moved in front of him. What are you doing?
Robert Dukic in second, Ruben in third.
Yeah, and we just saw the pit lane now. Wozniacki just come out of his pit box. And
Philip on the outside. Yeah, DRS overtake easy.
Yeah, DRS can do that to you. We just saw in the pit lane that Kumar has actually been released from his pit box and was going to be in front of Wozniacki. But he flat out didn't really just turn it into the pit lane to even get in front of him, and as a result, he's actually let him pass in the pit lane. That was a little bit of a stupid manoeuvre, don't you think?
I thought Ruben van der Hudding was getting a bit of free air, but Philip is already on the back of him with everyone behind him.
He's causing a little bit of a train.
Ruben had a problem.
Oh dear! And that's going to cost him.
Problems there for Ruben.
That's going to cost him dearly. Or not, just yet. But meanwhile, Matthew Clip and Wozniacki having a little bit of a barnstormer there. Oh no! Out goes Van Hudding! Van Hudding!
Meanwhile, Shepard and Dukic in the pit lane, but so much going on. Philip is also in the pit lane. Matthew Clip will inherit the lead.
Ruben back into the pits, it seems.
And Dukic just still coming out. He'll of course lose a little bit of time there. Oh, what's happening at the back? No. Oh, goodness gracious me. Sid Kubat, no. Oh, wait, he's been lapped. Just remember, he's been lapped. His 8 laps in, he's just been lapped now. So we've got 3 retirements already. 4.
Rasmus Augustin is retired.
Augustin is retired. Not a good day for the Swede at all. What's the cut?
Yuki spun!
Yuki spun, what? Oh, goodness gracious me. He was having a good debut until now. Oh, pardon me. But it should be all okay now. Should be.
George Roche in 7th place, test driver. What making a statement here for the teams.
Yeah, George Roche really keeping on there. And Someone in the Discord chat has actually told Kian off to stop talking. There's people racing. There was some a little bit colourful language. Of course, I'm not going to repeat it here. Trying to be professional. If it was my stream, however, if it was a different stream, a personal stream, then of course I would repeat it. But this is a professional stream. We want to keep it professional, don't we, lads? Wazuka still leading ahead of Shepherd, Clip, Vincent, and Dukic. That's the top 5 with Ribley, Roach, Krause, Guzlo, and Ben rounding out the top 10.
I'm hoping there for George Day to catch Toby Byrne so we can grab some points there.
And hope that Kumar doesn't muck about even anymore. Just hoping, that's all.
Meanwhile, we have to report another retirement. It's Maxime Crosset from Team Irish, the reserve driver. His day has ended.
And that is not a good day for the French Canadian. Is he French or French Canadian?
French Canadian, just from Quebec.
Yeah, alright.
I just call him Maxime because whatever I say, it's probably wrong.
Maxime.
Yeah, Maxime. Yeah, only 18 drivers remaining. Richard Taylor and Sue Kumar, of course, are those who have already been lapped. Wozdaka really improving on his time. He's really trying to improve on his position. Shepherd and Clip in 2nd and 3rd.
Well, Clip is going into the pit lane, so he's going to drop back a bit.
George in 10th place. There we go.
And Kian is still causing a drama on Discord. We're now coming to the points that
George Day in the pit lane.
George Day in the
Byrne
pit lane.
in the pit lane.
So here we go.
In the pit lane. Roach is already also in the pit lane.
And here comes Richard Taylor, who's lost his front nose again. So what is going to happen here? Ooh, that was close call between Richard Taylor. I believe that was one of the ISRs. Who was it? It was Toby Burton. Nearly had a close call with the rear wheel. Was that a close call for you, that Richard?
Well, she's also seen Guslow without a front wing.
We now got 17 races room. No, wait a minute. Still 18. Still 18.
Oh, what are you? Riboli with a
Guslow. And Guslow lost his front wing as well.
Meanwhile, there's a little fight coming on between Riboli and Krause. And well, just now Krause forced Riboli very wide, but gave the position back.
And Shepherd trying to get past Quattrocchi, who is actually trying to be lapped here, but he's not giving up the position that easily. He has to push past him.
Also, Vincent has caught up to Jukic, so that's going to be a fight to watch as well.
As Jukic is now back up into 3rd. He's doing well so far. Really, really doing well.
Okay, so this might be an interesting strategy goal because I see Matthew Clip on a different compound than everyone else. I think it's a soft. So, and I didn't think people were going for the 2-stop. Well, Guslow has a penalty for what I'm gonna assume is pit lane.
Yep.
Pit lane speeding.
Guslow not really having the afternoon that he wanted at all. The Kingfisher German not really kingfishing like that. I don't know if that's the right saying for it. So
his wings went off. As a kingfisher is a bird.
Yes, well done. And we've got a yellow flag out somewhere. I don't know where. We're just trying to find out where. And there it is. Guslow has actually stopped in front of pit exit. What is he doing? What is Ariane Guslow doing?
Starting his engine again? Probably. Not in the safest place, so to say.
No, not in the safest place at all.
Well, I think it's Riboli that's going to come into the... going to exit the pit line now. Will there be in the way?
And Guslow is out. Guslow is out.
So we're down to 17 drivers right now.
Yeah, looks like it. Waga still leading. He's actually pretty much controlling the race with an iron fist so far. Haven't been saying that so much of the preseason. It's been mostly either Shepherd or Kraus that is holding it with an iron fist in all races in the preseason. Shepherd close behind him, only 2.5 seconds behind him, but we're trying to figure out what's going to happen next.
Well, we have a fight for P6 between Matthew Clip and Ruben van den Honning, but this is a pretty predictable fight considering Ruben is up on the super soft while Matthew is on the normal soft, so this is going to be an easy overtake with the superior tire, yeah.
And Ruben van Honning just eases past Clip.
Next, the next to take advantage of Clip's tire choice will probably be Riboli. So, but that will be a while because the gap is 7 seconds currently.
Only 7 seconds.
Jake Smith already lapped once.
Well,
Oh, that's
Sprout
going-
has
that's
caught
going
up to
for him.
Michael. Fight for P4.
Because overtakes Vincent.
Very convincing and easy overtake. He's already
Very-
up to P4.
Very convincing, should you say?
Yeah, there's a little bit of battle going on between George Day and Kingsley at the moment. This is for 11th. Only Kingsley is just trying to catch up to Day as much as he can. But in Richard's eyes, he does not want that to happen at all. He wants his man to keep on to that place as much as he can.
Yeah, don't crash under, don't crack under pressure. The ideal motto for this race, you know, first round, no big expectations. You know, just racing, just see where we can go. Of course, we we know how I went with that. But George Day is doing a good performance so far, and just be cautious with everything, so that can be done for today.
Yeah. Oh dear!
Oh,
And Kingsley is off. Can he rejoin?
well, that was exactly
He
what
doesn't.
I was saying.
He doesn't. He's out.
That was what I was saying just now. Don't crack under pressure.
Or crash under pressure, as you said. So we're now down to 16 races left.
So 16, yeah. My bad.
And we've got front wing loose on this track. Who is it by? Just trying to find out. No one. No one's got a front.
Oh no, and George Day crashes. Well, there we go.
Oh, goodness gracious me. That is not good news for you.
He's back. So didn't get enough damage to stop racing. So that's good. There's still hope for anything. Oh well. Just as I said it stins again.
That is good. Sorry about that. We're now going to be officially halfway through the race. Where is... Once again, there he is. He's officially on lap 15 out of 29. And he leads. That was in Shepherd, who's actually closed up the gap on him. Dukic still keeping on in third, and quite strongly with that. Oh dear, your boy George Say nearly got involved with that, but now he could. No, he's not going to help him. He's just going to let him through, which is good.
So whilst the field is pretty spread out at the moment, is there anything worth mentioning? Well, probably, considering strategy-wise, because we see Michael Vincent on the ultra soft, and I think that means he has to stop again. to avoid a tire compound usage penalty. And Matthew Clip is again on the soft, so I'm not sure. I think he's not going to pit again, but I didn't think it was a two-stop race anyway.
Jake will have a word with you. You said it was very probable for a two-stop race in Melbourne, but also probably a six-stop for Wozniak, which hasn't happened.
Well, I'm not driving for a reason, and that's apparently, and that immediately shows it. So
We've got some news that Kingsley is actually making his reply to Kian White in the Discord chat. This should be fire. I'm not entirely sure yet.
Vincent with the overtake on Matthew Clip, very easy. Better tires. DRS, say ABC. Say from the books, like they say.
Kian, he said, Kian, I made my move, they turned it to me, and if I wasn't quick, how come I was in second place then?
Well, talking about being a hothead.
Yeah.
I mean, he's not anymore, so what does it matter where he was?
Yep. And Wozniak makes a slide, and Shepard is actually closing up real fast. So we could see a Vulcan win the first race of the season, could we not?
Or both take themselves out, and Iberican wins the first Waga race.
Well, they're pretty much far from being taken. Well,
In a few laps.
If anything like that happens, I don't think they'll take each other out because there's a mile of gap. There's a huge gap between the two Vulcans right now.
Yeah. Richard, you got to yourself an admirer. Maxim actually said, "I'm surprised how well Richard was able to pronounce my name. Take notes of the commentator's tongue out face."
Well, I took French classes, so I know some of French still. Maxime Cousset, so...
I took French as well. Maxime Cousset.
I'm not gonna try it because I'm gonna be wrong anyway.
Alright then. We're now into only the closing stages now. We only are 11 laps to go. And, well, it has a little bit of attrition rates, don't you think?
Well, I think we see a WRL, your team, Ron, without a front wing.
Oh God.
Never mind. It's not a. It's the Idols car. It's the second Idols car of Hammond.
It's summer.
Thank God for that. Thank goodness for that.
Well, Day has spun. Forfeiting.
What, Hamoud?
No, Day. George Day. He is spun.
Oh dear. That's not good news for you, see.
I haven't seen it, so I'm not gonna be disappointed.
Fair enough on that part. We're just having a look at the close spot now between the top two at the moment. Let's just go on board with Max Shepard, who's actually going into the pit lane. So is Wozniak. You just cut him off into the pit lane as well.
That's a strange.
They are very close now.
Hold on, wait a minute. Where's Dukas? He's also going to come into the pit lane.
Who's gonna win it? Is Yang gonna win it in the pit lane?
Oh, side by side.
No, I don't.
No, side by side. Oh no! Oh! Amak can actually help him out. He's actually helped him out. Then side by side going into that pit exit. Going into. Oh! No! Oh God!
Indeedly so.
Oh dear!
That's gonna cause some controversy, isn't it?
Oh yes, it is.
In second now, I presume, or not.
Oh I think it's Quattrocchi that was involved with that.
My goodness gracious me! Max Shepard is now late in the race. Emma Hamoud could have helped out Wozniak, and he did indeed help Wozniak out. But thanks to, I believe, is it one of the false racing cars? Was it Quattrocchi or was it?
It is Quattrocchi.
I think it was Quattrocchi who just got involved there. Caught Waga by surprise, and I wouldn't say take him out, just caught by surprise, and he just spun off into the first corner. And as a result, Shepherd is now going to be winning the race.
Well, to be fair, both drivers were very, very, confident in taking that turn side by side, but it's very tight. One had to go to the outside, and Woznica did it, but had a spin with it.
And in other news, Dukic still remains in third place, but looking at the top two right now, Shepherd under pressure from Woznica again. Oh, he's nearly pushed him up to the wall, and Woznica going to take advantage into the first corner. Woznica into the first corner. He's got it. And there it comes, going to the first corner again. Here's Shepherd going into this. Oh, he's got it again. Oh no, Shepherd's off. Shepherd's off.
Is Jukic gonna take advantage of this?
Where is he? Where's Dukic? There he is. He's in third now. Shepherd's still in second. This could be Dukic's chance. Come on, Robert. And there's no bicycle. Oh, Shepherd's made a mistake. And Dukic's taking advantage. He's in second. He's in second.
I think Mac has a problem.
Yeah, looks like it. Where is Shep? No.
There's...
Yeah, he's out.
Disconnection
problem. Yeah. Disconnection problem. And it looks like he's going to be out sometime soon. Or is it going to be like what happened at Silverstone? When who was it who was disconnected?
It was Lawrence, I think, that was teleporting all over the track. But I don't think that will happen to Mac.
Yeah. So, here are the order after 21 laps so far. Jan Woznica still leading, but only just. Robert Dukic on his debut in second. Kraus in third. Vincent fourth. Ribley fifth. Klep sixth. Ruben van Hedding seventh. Toby Byrne in eighth. Max Shepherd in ninth, or can he still be there? And George Roach in 10th, who is now up into ninth. What a good debut from both Dukic, and a particularly good debut from Roach.
Roach is going to drop back because he's driving around the front wing after a minor spin. It will elevate Quattrocchi to 9th, and I think Day will elevate to 10th, but although that gap is pretty big between the two.
Yeah, Roach.
Yeah, Max Shepherd is out of the race.
Unbelievable.
Max Shepherd is out of the race, but Roach is actually going to still remain in 9th because everyone is still a lap behind him. Quattrocchi a lap behind. Shepherd a lap behind. Day a lap behind. Smith a lap behind. Kumar a lap behind. And Hamoud a lap behind. So Roach is still pretty much safe in 9th place at the moment as he goes in to get a new nose cone.
I'm going to correct you. He's a lap Quattrocchi is a lap behind on Jan, not on Roach.
And now Roach is now a lap behind. He's still in 9th though. As Robert Dukic gets the fastest lap of the race.
Philip Kraus.
There could be a battle between both Georges.
That would be interesting.
Now I'm just waiting what's going to happen at the end of the race in the last few laps. Dukic is only just 3 seconds behind Woznica, but he could, and I'm not saying he will, he could close that up.
It will be a massive upset if someone that we did not even predict would be anywhere actually. Of a team that was commonly known between most of the paddock to be a very, very clear backmarker team. Was people were saying that they will never even show up, and then that they will probably podium because Massimiliano Riboli is way behind on Jukic right now. The podium as a clear backmarker, as a sort of paddock favorite backmarker team is quite an upset.
I seriously thought American racing was going to be just like, Jasco Spain PSR from FSR a few years ago, a backmarker team from Spain with Spanish drivers, and just be a clear backmarker favourite. But this is really pulled the rabbit out of the hat He's now just closing up a few tenths on Waga.
Hammer's blocking the road there in the last corner. The last corners.
So,
Well, we have Ruben van den Hunning on the inside of Clip. Yes, he does it.
yep, into 5th place he goes.
Again, the different tire choice not working out apparently for Clip, because I think Ruben van den Hunning also pitted already for the 2nd time.
So, we're
Well, Michael Vincent is still on the Ultrasoft after his 2nd stop, I think.
So, do you think he still needs to make a stop for a different
I mean,
compound?
he has to.
He has to, or he's out and he's disqualified.
I don't think he started on the Ultrasoft. I think he started on the Ultrasoft. I mean, but
Okay.
He's using the purple magic from Team Iris.
Team Iris, the only representative for Team Iris at the moment, and the gap between the top 2 between Waga and Dukic is still pretty much the same. So, if Dukic really wants to win the race, he must close up the gap now. Or is he?
well, he needs to hurry up because Philip Kraus is gaining a lot. Like 8 tenths this last lap, 2 consecutive fastest lap of the race in a row. He's on fire right now.
He's only got 5 laps to do it in, so could Dukic still hold him off until the flag, or will he actually pick up the pace and actually really shock the entire field, shock the system, and win the Australian Grand Prix?
Well, Dukic has to be cautious, you know. You don't want to waste an opportunity of a podium on your first Waga race. So 2nd might be preferable for him, but the best is not to crash, not to crack under pressure. You know, let cause if it is necessary to just hold cross in the last laps for 2nd place. If not, 3rd place is also ideal for the first race. And of course, you don't want to retire after such an incredible performance. So yeah, Dukic has to be very, very careful there.
Yeah, Dukic, whatever happens, we would have an absolutely fantastic debut. That is basically even unheard of here in Formula Waga, with a debut like that on your first race. I haven't really checked out his nationality yet, but he's pretty much Waga's Jack Villeneuve at the moment, or Waga's Lewis Hamilton in his first season. He's doing
that could be it. Lewis finished 2nd in the first race, didn't he?
Actually, hold on. Dukic has actually closed up a 2nd thanks to a little bit of helping from one of the ISR cars. Or no, maybe, just maybe. He's only just around 2 seconds behind him now. 5 laps to go. It may be doable, but like you said, Richard, or was it Jeffrey? Don't crack up under pressure yet. Don't do it.
Forever.
Yes.
Well, Philip has kind of jinxed him. I said he was on fire. He immediately has kind of backed down immediately. He's doing about similar lap times to Dukic, so he might not even catch him.
Gotta save the cause engines for the next races where they can actually dominate. Or not.
Yeah. Let's have a look in the other places in the field at the moment. Michael Vincent, he's only about, well, let's just say about a 2nd or so ahead of Clip. He's trying to defend 5th position as much as he possibly can.
Well, Vincent is pulling away quickly, so that's probably not going to be a fight anymore.
Yeah, so Vincent pretty much has 5th position pretty much safe in his pockets. A good result, nevertheless, for Team Iris.
Unless he gets disqualified, which I fear that will happen. Meanwhile, Riboli is also on the Ultra Soft, so he will be easy pickings for Clip when he catches up to that.
Yeah,
A full 5 seconds faster this lap.
Nevertheless, Ribley has actually improved on his lap time But let's go back up to the front of the field, and Dukic has actually closed down a few tenths. So it could still happen. It could still happen. I'm not saying it will happen. It could.
If anything, I think he'll catch up, but I don't think he'll pass.
You can put Dukic in a drillers, and you can catch up to Wozniak and push him to second and win the race.
But nevertheless, this is a huge surprise. A huge surprise in the moment in time.
Matt in the YouTube comments saying that Force Racing may need to rename, as it looks like Force has renamed to that. That is a good point. But what name could I choose? Go back to Italian or stay in English?
Yeah, like I predicted. Speaking of the Force car, actually, Riboli has already passed Clip.
Riboli has just passed Clip, and also we just saw Clip just having a little bit of an off, just going as Dukic just going past him. That could affect a little bit of the time between the top two. There's only about a couple of laps to go yet, and the figure still nevertheless remains the same at the moment in time. Lap 28 out of 29 is now going to be. We have to pretty much say it until something happens in the last lap that Wozniak is going to win the race.
Well, Dukic is very close to the.
Oh, wait a minute!
Oh,
wait a minute!
What is that?
It could happen!
Oh my god!
Here's Dukic! Wozniak!
Keep it clean, guys.
Oh dear! And now this is now uncertain. This could be thrown out of the books.
Top three within one picture.
Dukic could make his chance hit. No. Top three is now really close.
Wozniak has to be very careful in this chicane in the next turns because Dukic is right behind him, and Kraus
and Kraus nearly had an off as well. Ooh.
If both Dukic and Wozniak crash, then Kraus is getting the upper hand and win the race. So they all have to be very careful with that.
They're coming up on traffic, so this is gonna be important how they handle this.
The top three
in a fight with traffic is never a good idea.
The top three are now on their last lap of the race. This is it. Wozniak could win the race if he doesn't make another mistake as he did on the last lap. If he does make another mistake, then Dukic will surely take it. But he just slowed up a little bit then. So it's looking likely that Wozniak will take it.
You never know.
Remember what Jake said post-qualifying, that overtaking is very hard with the dirty air. So
And it was very apparent in the last lap when Dukic got close to Wozniak in this corners before the chicane. He was trying to overtake him, but the dirty air, he couldn't just make it there.
And Wozniak just pulling away a little bit more. So going for the last couple of corners, Wozniak is going to win it. It's now a certainty. Going for the last corner, Jan Wozniak wins the first race of the 2018 season. A fantastic drive, an equally fantastic drive as well for Robert Dukic and as well for Philip Kraus. A real close finish, which is ultimately won by Wozniak. Real props to Robert Dukic for really putting the pressure on in his debut race. A fantastic result for drillers, for American racing especially, and for Vulcan. Brilliant drive all the way through. Fourth place is going to be Ruben van Hudding. Fifth is Riboli. Sixth is Clip. Seventh is Bird, the last of the proper racing cars. The rest of the top 10 is lapped. Quattrocchi, Vincent and Roach. A good debut for him. Van Herding just coming across the line now. A brilliant result all round for Drillers. Brilliant work.
They really redeemed themselves from the test races, because that was kind of embarrassing in my opinion. How they drove there, how they ended up, because every race at least, I think neither car has finished any of the test races so far.
Here comes the rest of the lapped cars. First off, with your guy Richard, George Day coming home in 11th, Jake Smith in 12th, and the NRWO of Sid Kumar coming home in 13th. The retirees are Emir Hamoud, Max Shepard for Vulcan, Richard Taylor, Liam Kingsley, Ariane Goslow, Maxime Crousset, if that's how you say it, Richard.
Maxime Crousset.
Maxime Crousset. Rasmus Augustsson, Kieran White, Jacob Reed, and Brad Westgarth. Those are those who have failed to finish. But the Australian Grand Prix really belongs to one man, and that man's name is Jan Wozka. Right, we're going to remain on the air for a few more minutes because we're going to try and get a few people in, possibly for an interview. So before we go on a break, who would you say is your driver of the day? But well, I personally believe there's only one man who's going to have driver of the day.
I'm gonna go with Robert Jukic.
Jeffrey?
I'm gonna be the odd one out here. He was really underlined, not really in the picture, but Toby Byrne made up 11 positions from his grid slot to finish 7th, I believe.
Yes.
I think that's worth noting.
And yeah, I think it's going to be between the two debutants today of both Robert Jukic and George Roach. They really performed well. George Roach trying to remain as positive as he can. He was consistent, but just not fast. But George Roach was brilliant so far. So congratulations to him. And of course, huge congratulations to Robert Jukic. Really scaring us with the possibilities. I was hoping going to win his first race on his debut. That was brilliant. So we're going to take a break for a few minutes, hoping to get a few people in, and yeah, don't go away. Okay, welcome back. We've just had a tense Australian Grand Prix, and we're here. Unfortunately, Robert Stukic is can't join us with us at the moment. The time he's offline on Discord. So instead, we got the remaining of the top four. So we got the race winner, Jan Woska, Philip Kraus, who come home in third, and in fourth place, of course, rounding off a good result for drillers is Ruben van den Hudding. So first of all, Jan, congratulations on winning the race. A bit of a scare for you in the last couple of laps, but though you just made it across the race line in time, you must be delighted.
Yeah, thank you. I'm really happy about that win. I wasn't really sure I'm gonna make it to the end of the race with the tires. I'm also surprised I didn't spin, because on the practice I was really bad. And yeah, I had some problems in the last laps with my PC. It was freezing.
Richard, do you want to ask Jan a question?
Yeah, on the pit stop with the Shepherd, how was your mindset there? How am I going to avoid Shepherd into the first corner? How was your perspective in that?
I didn't really want to do set position because I knew Mac is faster than me. And yeah, when we were side by side out of the pit lane, I didn't know there's a car on the outside, and we crashed. And yeah, and I thought that my race is basically over, but somehow it wasn't. And
you turned that around quite massively.
Yeah, and Mac said that he had some problems, so maybe also was lucky a little bit.
Yeah, congratulations for me, Jan Wasika.
Thank you.
Jeff, do you want to ask him a question?
Well, I had the same question as Richard actually, but because that incident is probably the highlight, it's one of the major talking points of the race actually. But since Richard already asked it, I'm gonna ask a simple question. From our view, the race was very exciting. How was that for you, Jan?
I think my start was pretty good. Yeah, that's almost it. I had some big moments too with the problems, and then I saw both cars closing up to me. That was a little bit interesting, I think. Yeah, that's it.
Right, thank you very much, Jan, and once again, congratulations from us. The next one we could have a chat with is the only Vulcan driver who is remaining in the race, Philip Kraus. Congratulations on third place. But did you think you had to perform better a little bit than what was happened today, considering your pace in the preseason test?
Had the pace to win. Unfortunate situation, and third place is a pretty good recovery drive, if you ask me.
Richard, do you want to ask him a question?
Course. Well, how would you feel you can describe Robert Jukic from his performance today? You were battling with him this race. How do you feel about the new drivers coming into Waga? Can they turn around, the dominance of Vulcan and drillers?
I never really got a chance to race him, but yeah, he was pretty quick throughout the whole race. He had pretty consistent pace, and he had a chance to win at the end after he made his mistake, but didn't work out for him in the end.
Thank you, and congratulations for your result. Third place for Cross.
Okay, I guess it's my turn, Philip. I have a similar question in mind than I had for Jan, because you also were in an incident very early in the race. What's your perspective on that?
Honestly, from my point of view, it was just an unnecessary move. It wouldn't have worked out in the end, in my opinion. He either would have pushed me off the track because he would have had to carry too much speed in if he was braking that late for the corner, or I would have had to yield to him completely. Or I would have done what I did, and I would have just gotten spun. There was no way both of us were going to make it through that corner alive, and that compromised both of our races and Kian's when you merged and we made contact.
Thank you very much, Philip, for just joining with us, and well done on third. And we've got one more guy, of course, left in the booth. Is the second drillers driver. A good result all day round for drillers, of course, Mr. Ruben van den Hudding. Good job on 4th place. Do you think it's going to be a little bit difficult for drillers from here on in?
Yeah, this was kind of lucky for me to finish P4 because all of the DNFs in front of me and Philip and Liam crashed. But I had a few moments myself where I fucked up completely and had to redo all my work to get back to P4. And yeah,
yes.
It was pretty.
Sorry everyone for that little bit of colourful language. We'll try and reduce that sort of throughout the entire season. So anyway, Richard, do you want to ask him a question?
Yeah. With Nova Racing returning to Waga soon, as I understand it, how are you feeling with the result of George Roach? You know, you were racing as well with him, but how would you describe this new return of Nova Racing into Waga?
George did great. I did not expect to get him a point this early. He did a lot of practice yesterday and the day before, and that paid off for him. That's a good result to P10.
All right.
And Jeffrey, do you want to ask him a question?
Well, what do you think of the fans right here in Australia?
It's the best fans in the world. No, yeah,
right,
no fans. I heard cheering on the end, but that was all.
And we're just saying a few screenshots from Amir Hamoud about the pit lane, about the pit lane incident, which he was a little bit involved in. So anyway, so if that's pretty much it, just want to say thank you very much to Richard C for joining us in the booth.
No, I thank you.
Thank you very much to everyone who's watching again. Thank you very much to Jeffrey for tagging along with me.
Yeah, no problem. I'll be here for most of the races.
Yeah, be here for most of the races, and we'll be back. We will be back for the next race, which I believe round 2 is, and I repeat, is going to take place. Oh God!
All right.
Where's the calendar again? There it is. That's the calendar. We're going to be racing at Bahrain in 2 weeks' time, on the 4th of March. So please do join us then, and hopefully we'll have Elise back into the booth. So once again, well done to the well done to the drivers, especially both Woznica and Dukic. Thank you, well done to the commentators, and of course this has been Ron Squire. Thank you very much for watching, and we'll see you soon. But until then, goodbye.